Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Real Film Nerds Podcast. Guess what? It's probing time.
Nice.
All right, Mike, what's that from?
The movie that we're reviewing today.
That's from the hilarious comedy sci-fi Flickr show that is from 2011 called Paul that we will be talking about today. So, Mike, how are
Flickr
things?
show, huh? Flickr show?
Flickr show. Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of Netflix failed spin-off of the DVD to Flicksters.
Flicksters.
Yeah. Then remember they were going to try and spin off, like their streaming was going to still be Netflix, but then the DVD service was going to be called Flickster.
Well, I remember Flickster as that app that I could use to buy tickets and see movie times.
Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought it was called Flickster.
And then
I think.
And then Flickster was also tied in with
Movie
the
phone?
codes codes that came in, the one that went away, Ultraviolet. Flickster was tied in with Ultraviolet.
Oh,
And then when Flickster
Ultraviolet
shut down, all
yeah.
the Ultraviolet codes had to get moved elsewhere, and they went to like Voodoo and everywhere else.
Interesting. Okay.
So anyways, welcome everyone. There you go. Mysterious Mike Talon is here too. Isn't that good?
I am. Hello.
Were you probed?
Not today.
Oh, not today, but you've been probed by aliens in the past then.
Some might say.
Some might say. What about yourself?
I don't know. It was blurry. Things were weird.
I mean, Mike, why does everyone assume that aliens always do probing? I mean, what are they doing? Harvesting farts? How much can an alien learn from an ass?
It's true. It's very true.
There you go. There's two Paul quotes and before we even get going. It's amazing.
Those are great quotes, man. Those are great. It reminds me of the very first episode of South Park. Cartman and the anal probes.
Yeah, dude. With that giant satellite dish that came out. I mean, giant. Oh, South Park. I can't wait for your special on the 30th. It's 9 days and counting.
Nice. Yes. So we were recording on the 21st for the listeners.
Yep. So a week from the date that all of you will hear this podcast.
Yeah, this was a fun one to revisit, and you know I remember liking it when I first watched it, and it was fun to see it again, man. It's I've always liked alien stuff, and this one's quite a different take on the alien. Like it's a lot different than your ETs and different things. In fact, Paul helped inspire Spielberg on what to do for that.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny part when he's talking to Spielberg on the phone, and then they pull back, and it's like the warehouse from Raiders of the Lost Ark that he's actually in. Yeah. So, all right, Mike, before we get rolling too hard, go ahead, give us the rundown for 2011's Paul.
Sure, Matt. So it was directed by Greg Motillo. I'm sure I screwed that up. Writers are Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. It's starring Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Seth Rogen, and
Everybody.
Yeah, well, there's tons of people in here. I didn't realize Jesse Plemons was in this, and I'd forgot that like Bill Hader and Sigourney Weaver, Jason Bateman. There's quite a few characters in this. Kristen Wiig,
Koechner, Jane Lynch.
There's like a million people in this. This is great. Great
Lots
cast.
of comedy royalty now. Yeah.
Yep, and it's two English comic book geeks traveling across the U.S. encounter an alien outside of Area 51 at the mailbox or whatever, like right over by the, what was it called? The white mailbox, or I don't even know that one. And I definitely did a lot of Alien fandom.
Was
when I
it the
younger.
black box?
I don't think it was black.
Red box, maybe? I don't know. Well, what it is that mailbox is like legally, I think, like the closest you're allowed to get to Area 51 without being arrested. It's something
okay.
like that.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a little, I felt like I should know, and I didn't. You know, this is coming from a guy who went to the 50th anniversary of the crash in Roswell.
Well, my question is, Mike, so you're a big fan of everything that's in the water, in the ocean, and then you're a big fan of everything that's outside of our atmosphere. So you just don't like the Earth? Like the land?
Yeah, pretty much. Space, water, good.
You like I'm trying to
Land
figure
back.
out, not buoyancy, but floating, like lack of, I don't know.
Yeah, I like lack of gravity. There you go, man.
Lack of gravity. Gravity, yeah, you're a gravity hater.
Yeah. I fear gravity. I'm anti-gravity.
Anti-gravity.
Is there like, you know, there's flat earthers and stuff. Is there like people that are like anti-gravity or like, I don't know. I feel like I should start a new cult.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see yourself starting a new, not cult, but a new conspiracy theory. Gravity's not real.
Yeah, gravity's not real.
Mm-hmm.
That Newton's full of shit.
No Apple Club. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That Isaac Newton's full of shit, man. Anyway.
All right, so Mike, did you watch the version that I have, which is the unrated version, or did you watch the version on HBO Max?
No, I watched the unrated version.
Yeah, it's actually 25 minutes. So an hour and a half movie's now almost 2 hours. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great movie.
It's very fun. I like this movie a lot. So, all right, Mike, should we do some business then, or should we keep talking?
No, let's do some business. I imagine we're gonna, yeah, I'd say get the business out of the way.
Out of the way? I don't know if it's out of the way because they give us things so that we can do business, which is nice.
No, I mean, just do it before we get rolling on anal probes and, you know, all kinds of things that we've, you know, alien stuff's fun.
It's probing time. It's your favorite.
Yeah.
He yells at David Koechner and Jesse Plemons. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, that is funny. And then he's...
Yeah, he has his finger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, guess what, kids? The studio contacted us again on this one. It is called Most Wanted. This one sounds like a very exciting one. I've watched the trailer. I've not watched the film. Me being a former journalist, this one intrigues me. It's based on a true story about a innocent man that is being framed by dirty cops in a Thailand prison, and an investigative journalist fights to expose the twisted truth behind a heroin bust. It is out new on digital. It is Most Wanted. I think I said that. Did I say that already?
I think you said it.
I said it twice. We'll just keep saying it. It's Most Wanted. Most Wanted, the 2021, because I'm sure there's other films that are Most Wanted as well. But it is directed by Daniel Roby or Roby. There's only one B, so I think it's Roby. And is written by Daniel Roby. And it stars Antoine Oliver Pilon, Jim Gaffigan, and Josh Hartnett. We know a couple of those names, right?
I haven't heard about Josh Hartnett in a long time.
Yeah, well, he's in this one. He plays the character Victor Malarek, which I believe is the journalist. But here's the synopsis from IMDb. In 1989, a Canadian journalist investigates the circumstances surrounding the suspicious arrest of a heroin addict in prison in a Thai jail. So let's see. It's from Paramount. It's rated R. You can own it today on digital or Blu-ray, or both. And yeah, I don't know, Mike. I think this is going to be a good one. I hope one of my former colleagues is listening, so that or several former colleagues, because I've worked with a lot of journalists, and I think this film is right up their alley. I think it'll be worth a watch.
Yeah, definitely sounds interesting, especially the journalism side of it, Matt. I know that is deeply personal for you.
Yes, it is. Even though I wasn't what you would call a journalist, I was a photojournalist. But I'm still there in the same vein, just a little different.
Yeah.
My photographs didn't lie.
Yeah, you just take pictures of the prison.
Yeah, exactly. Or the bust, actually, is probably what I would have done. But
right.
So we have a bunch of digital copies to give away of this film. If you would like one, I don't know, Mike, what should we have people do?
Well, we had them send us different quotes and talked about different beers. So, what do you think, man? What do you think is a good thing for this one?
Oh, I got it.
Oh, okay.
So it takes place in Thailand, right?
Yeah.
Let's have our listeners send us the place the country. There you go. Let's do that. Country. Let's go with the country where they would least like to be arrested in.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's a good one.
It's pretty dark, but it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's dark. Yeah, like Mexico? No way. Mm-mm.
Yeah, dude, I think I haven't been to many foreign countries, but Mexico would be towards the top of my list.
Yeah, wouldn't want to get arrested there.
So make sure and email Mike at realfilmnerds.com. And if you want bonus points, include a shitty selfie.
Oh, man. We haven't talked about the shitty selfie in a long time. But yeah, go for it. Let's let the internet hit my mailbox.
So anyways, all right, kids, business is done and out of the way, but go check out this film. If you guys keep listening and buying these movies, we keep getting more and more to give away. So you can't go wrong. And honestly, I mean, this looks like a really good one. It really does. It's right up my alley. But again, being in the industry, I always love journalism movies, Like I saw The Post in the theater, and I saw Spotlight. I saw that one in the theater. Both great journalism-based films. So, anyways, all right. Onward, back to Paul.
Yes, back to Paul. Our favorite fun-loving, cursing, sailor mouth alien.
Pothead alien, yeah.
Yeah, pothead, yeah.
Of course, voiced by Seth Rogen.
Right. You think he brought the pothead into the alien?
I don't think so. I think it probably was written that way because according to the IMDb's, I don't know if you looked up any trivia there, Mike. I was just glancing a little bit at it. According to the IMDb's, Bill Hader was originally going to do the voice of the alien because that's kind of one of Bill Hader's things. He does a lot of voices, actually. He's done voices for the Star Wars films, all the new Star Wars films.
Oh, okay.
So he does a lot of voices in live action films, and I think also probably cartoons, I would assume. But they decided that Seth Rogen was more of the embodiment of the alien.
Nice.
So that's why I'm thinking he probably was already a pothead going in.
Okay. Matt, earlier you were mentioning all the stars in this. It's like, man, I guess Simon Pegg and Nick Frost know a bunch of people. Like, man, how did they get all those people in that movie?
Well, I don't know if this is so much a Simon Pegg and Nick Frost movie. I mean, it is because of the main characters and they wrote it. But you know how they have their three kind of big films, Shaun of the Dead, and then Hot Fuzz, and then At World's End? Those are more like their films. This is kind of, I think, something else. It doesn't really tie to those three films. Like, those three films are a trilogy, and they're all kind of tied together in little ways. Where this is completely different. Like, they're in America for this one. It's all mostly American actors. Their other films are almost completely British actors. So okay. I don't know if they were just like, hey, the studio's like, hey, let's get these guys, or if they pitched the studio or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, man. It's interesting. But whatever happened, it was cool to see all those characters, and even some people that have gotten a lot more famous now than when they were in this. So it was cool.
A lot of this was, I mean, this is 2011. This is 9 years ago. You know, a lot of these people were not the breakout stars that they are today, like Jane Lynch or Jesse Plemons. I mean, come on, especially not Jesse Plemons. I mean, Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman is huge now in Ozarks and directing and all that stuff.
Yeah. No, it's interesting just to see how when you watch these movies from a little while ago and how many people were in it that you didn't realize they were in it because they weren't as famous as they are now.
Well, and they weren't like big characters in the film either. Like Jane Lynch's character is a very small part.
Oh yeah. She's just at the cafe or whatever. She's the waitress. Yeah,
and then she's at the end, you know. And then Jason Bateman's character, he's a little bit bigger character. I remember him. Jesse Plemons' character. I mean, you see him and David Koechner like twice, maybe 3 times. You know, they're the rednecks that are pursuing everyone.
Yeah. You only see them a couple times, but I mean, they are in it a couple times. So,
but still, those are 2 pretty big names now. You know, David Koechner was Office, and he was in Anchorman and all kinds of, you know, comedic films and shows.
Yeah, you got Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, dude, she's huge. I wonder if they got Sigourney Weaver as kind of like a spoof on like Alien. You know, just kind of like throwing it in there. They're like, yeah, let's get Sigourney Weaver. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Matt, I enjoyed the bar scene where they go in and they're playing the Star Wars bar music or whatever.
The Star Wars Cantina song. The Cantina song from Tatooine. Yep. And they're playing it on strings and like westerny. Oh yeah. It's hilarious. Absolutely amazing.
It is hilarious. Yeah. I was like, nice.
And you know, not to do random Star Wars trivia, but I think it's Australia. The Star Wars Cantina song is the #1 song for making love to in Australia. Which I would think it would be like Barry White or something like that. No, it's a Cantina song.
I mean, I don't even know how you get that statistic, dude.
I don't know.
You just ask everybody, like, hey, what do you usually put on? You're like, Cantina song, hands down.
Yeah, it's all about the Star Wars Cantina song. Everybody loves it. So, all right, Mike.
Matt, do you go to bed with Alexa singing that to you, like in Alexa tone?
No, I don't. No, I go to bed. I actually fall asleep. This is true. I fall asleep to The Office. I put The Office on Netflix and I fall asleep to The Office.
Little Jim and Pam action.
Well, you know, The Office is being taken off Netflix and it's going to return to, was it NBC? So it'll be on Peacock, right?
Yep. I believe Peacock is the licensing deal, I think, expires and they're going to take it back.
Well, no, I think they purchased it back or.
No, I think it's just I think they're just, you know how you can, or used to back in cable, they'd get stuff in like syndication. That was just them buying rights to show the shows like Seinfeld or
I think
The Simpsons. I
think it was more complicated than that. I think they wanted a whole lot of money, and Netflix didn't want to put it out, and nobody else wanted to put it out. And then Peacock was like, we're going to do our own thing, and we'll just bring it on. Or it's something. It's a lot more convoluted than just, the rights just simply expired. It has a lot more to do with money. But anyway, so I'm doing that just because once The Office goes away off Netflix, I'm not going to pay for Peacock. I have too many streaming services now that I pay way too much money for. So, no. But the surprise, I mean, not to keep going about this, but this movie is on HBO and HBO Max. But the surprise for me is HBO Max, man. I really didn't think I was going to watch it much at all. Ever since they eliminated like HBO Go and like everything from HBO is on HBO Max. And then you have things like Big Bang Theory and the one that I'm catching up on,
I'm not sure what you're capturing.
That well, not catching up on, but I never watched in the first place. The automotive show that you like, Top Gear. Top Gear is on HBO
Top
Max.
Gear.
So I'm like watching all these shows on HBO Max that I would not have thought would have been on HBO Max because Big Bang Theory is CBS.
Right, it is.
So I'm watching it a lot more than I ever thought I would. But still, Hulu, Netflix, and HBO Max are probably the ones I watch the most. So anyways, Mike, do you have a question you want to ask me?
I do, Matt. Matt, what it is are you drinking?
Well, Mike, thanks for asking. You're going to be very disappointed in me. I'm not drinking a beer at all, Mike. I'm sorry. I am studying, and I'm trying to be good. I'm drinking a nice, tall, cool glass of unsweet iced tea.
Oh, okay. Need that caffeine, huh?
So that's, those of us that live in Arizona or in the West Coast, we're all about the unsweet tea, even though we just call it iced tea here. Sweet tea
Yes.
is, back east. You guys like your sweet tea back east.
Yes, the South definitely likes sweet tea a lot. It's a lot easier to get the beatus going.
It's beatus helper.
Yeah, it's like beatus juice.
Well, I like the caffeine without the calories and without the sugar. So, and it doesn't taste horrible. It took me a while to get used to drinking it more frequently, but it's just kind of like almost drinking water now, just with caffeine in it.
Yeah, man, that's great.
All right, Mike, have you
Caffeine
found
water.
pumpkin porter from Four Peaks over there yet in the East Coast?
No, I haven't seen it, man.
Dude, you know what? I saw an advertisement for the other day that I need to get. Sam Adams
what's that?
Oktoberfest is out. I need to go get some beers.
Oh yeah, that's been out. I think it came out last month.
I know. Well, no, it came out this month in September, but it was like early.
Oh, then it was like September 1st.
Yeah, it was early. It was literally like September 1st, I think. Yeah, I need to go get some. I haven't gotten any yet. So, Mike, are you drinking Sam Adams Oktoberfest?
No, Matt, this will be shocking to you.
Ooh.
It's not an IPA.
What?
Yep.
Lies.
So I am drinking Angry Orchard cider.
What? An Angry Orchard? What's the crisp apple?
I don't know, just a cider. The one I like the best, actually, if I was gonna drink a cider, is the cinnamon one. It's like a fall seasonal. It's good.
Oh no, dude! I like the green apple.
Oh, okay.
The green apple isn't quite as sweet as the regular ciders. So like you have like the Reds and the Angry Orchard, but Angry Orchard though versus Reds is Angry Orchard is a little less sweet just across the board versus Reds. But I like the green apple. The green apple is not as sweet at all, like either brand.
Yeah. So anyway, we had some in the fridge, and I figured why not.
Dude, they're good, man. I don't mind them. They're more for me, ciders are great for like a hot day, or just you want something to drink, but you don't want something heavy. They're just really light. They're almost like a light beer in my book.
Yeah, they kind of are. Yeah, definitely. And it's not as bitter usually. Like it might be a little tart or it might be a little sweet, but it's not as bitter.
Okay, Mike. So that means it's time for my question. I'm sure this one was probably not difficult. Mike, how does 2011's Paul relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Well, Matt, thanks for asking. I don't know. It took me a little while to find. I didn't go through the entire casting, and maybe I could have found somebody quicker through that way, but I ended up going down to the makeup artists, and the tie-in I got was Natasha Ladnick worked on Paul as a wig maker, and she also worked on Captain Marvel as a wig maker.
Trying to think, where would you... Well, I guess like when Paul was wearing
I don't
wigs
know.
and stuff.
I don't know exactly. Hollywood magic, man. Maybe other people were wearing wigs. We don't know it.
Yeah, that's probably true, honestly. I mean, they're really good. Like the makeup today, like the practical makeup, not just the CGI stuff, is really, really good. It's a lot better than I ever could imagine. What do you think, Mike? You think they could make a wig for me where my hair's all falling out?
Yeah. No, they could fix your hairline that seems to be changing.
My large forehead sucks. I hate that my hair's falling out. It pisses me off so bad. I'm like the last person on earth that should have hair falling out.
Well, sorry, man. It's all about genetics.
Yeah,
your
man.
mom's grandfather.
I got horrible genetics. Awful.
Well, it's your mom's grandfather, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say. Yeah.
Love my grandpa to death. He was an awesome man. But yeah, he was very bald.
Oh yeah, man. You're
My dad,
not
full head
looking
of hair.
good.
My mom, full head of hair. My grandpa, nope. But yet I got everybody's heart disease too. That one didn't matter. I got it from both sides.
That's the gift that just keeps on giving, man.
Yeah. Genetics. They're amazing. Where's Paul? Maybe I do need that probe.
Ah, yes.
All right, so we pretty much have been spoiling this movie throughout because it is a 9-year-old film. So I don't know, Mike, what else we should talk about on Paul? I mean, I really like it. It's fun. I don't think it aged as well as I was anticipating it to age. Maybe it's just because I've seen it a handful of times and I know most of the jokes and where they're coming in and everything, but I still had fun. I still like this movie. I mean, there's a reason why I bought it on Blu-ray. I thought it was funny in 2011.
Yeah, I like the different perspective of Paul. Like he's like a trash talking alien who's been on Earth for quite a while, and has basically assimilated into society, but didn't realize he was a captive for a long time. Like,
yeah,
like they just put him to work, like, and he was like, "Oh, okay, this is cool."
Yeah, and then decides, "Oh, I'm out." So. Well, all right, Mike. Should we give your ratings?
Yeah, man. Why not? Let's do it.
Okay, Mike. Go for it.
All right, man. I'm not sure how you're going to gauge this, man.
Don't
I give this.
Don't burp into the microphone. It looks like you're going to burp.
I was going to burp.
Yeah, I can tell. That's how well I know you. I can tell even your mannerisms when you're going to burp.
All right. So I give Paul 3.5 reels. It's pretty enjoyable. It's still funny to me. I didn't think it was too dated. I mean, I guess some of the CGI stuff, but it was fine.
Well, Mike, I also give it 3.5 reels.
Oh man, I really thought you were going to do higher. Well, I don't know. I wasn't sure.
I was teetering between 3.5 and 4, and the reason why I went down to 3.5 is just because, I mean, it's funny, but maybe I'm just getting old, or maybe it's just because like everybody and their mom does like pot jokes now. But I don't know.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's getting more and more legal around the countries.
Yeah, and then it might be a little bit of like the nerd thing, how like nerd culture is accepted a lot more, so we see it a lot more in television and movies and things. But I mean, back in 2011, there wasn't much of it out there, not like how it is now. I mean, there was Big Bang Theory back then, and
Yeah, but it was still newish, right? Big Bang started around what, 2009 or so?
2011, I think they were in season 3. So yeah, that would have been 2009.
I think it was 2009. Not 100% sure, but
love that.
Yeah, that definitely helped to popularize nerd culture.
Right, I love that show, and that's exactly what it did. It brought nerd culture more mainstream. And I mean, you and I, we've always been kind of in a weird area. Like, we have nerd culture in our blood, but we also do certain things that aren't really nerdy, like heavy metal concerts and things. I don't know. We're a different breed.
I guess we just don't have a a tight group that we fit into.
No.
We just have different hobbies and things that draw us in different directions.
Yeah, like drinking beer.
Yeah. You meet a lot of weird people drinking beer.
That's true. That's true. So, all right, Mike. Well, you know what? I'm going to let you talk for the rest of the pod all by yourself. No, I'm not going to do that. Mike, why don't you tell us what movie we're going to talk about next week, since it was your pick and I still have absolutely no idea. I know it's a Scottish movie and it's on Amazon.
Yeah. So it's an Amazon original movie. It's Scottish, like Matt said, and it's called Get Duked. And it looks like it's kind of a coming of age story told by some teenagers who are getting chased in the Scottish Highlands by, I guess, some wealthier people. And it's kind of seems like it's a little bit of a social commentary on the haves and the have-nots. So I'm definitely interested in watching it. I think it'll be fun, Matt. I know it's totally just off the wall, but the only other movie that really came out was on the streamings that I was considering was one of those Netflix movies, and it looked like it was going to be really dark.
Which one is that?
I feel like
the new Tom Holland movie?
Yeah.
Is it dark?
Well, it seemed like it was going to be like dark subject matter. I'm like, man, with COVID and stuff, I'm tired of watching a bunch of dark stuff. So I was trying to find something a little bit more uplifting, like, even though we're about to start Harvest Horror Fest. So
I was going to say, Mike, next week is my pick, and then it's Harvest Horror Fest time. And we got to decide the movies we're going to do for Harvest Horror Fest. We already have our list, but we're going to have to change our list a little bit. But
yeah.
So Get Duked. Haven't I already seen this movie twice? It was called Surviving the Game, and then the one we saw right before COVID hit. It was the last movie we saw in the theaters. You remember? Hunted or something?
Yeah. Was it? It was called The Hunted or The Hunt?
The Hunt.
No.
The Hunt. Yep, that's right. God, I'm bad with names.
Yes, The Hunt. Yeah, well, no. Yep. Kind of, Matt, but I think you're going to enjoy this. Like, after you get over the Scottish accents and you get your subtitles on for English, you'll be all right.
Okay, good. All right. I hope so, Mike. So, all right. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what we're going to watch next week. Crap. Because I'm looking at it, and the 30th is a Wednesday, so we have one more, and then it's Harvest Horror Fest time for the entire month of October.
I'm stoked, but it's like, wow, I can't believe it's October, man.
Neither can I. It's horrible. Yeah, I think that's it from us. Go out and watch Paul. It's fun. It'll make you laugh, especially right now. What we need is comedies right now. We need goofy, silly...
We do.
Pot-smoking aliens.
We just need stuff to help you relax in the current stressful times. I mean, the stupid election stuff, I'm sure everyone's stressed about that. So we're not going to talk about any of that.
No.
Oh,
not,
man.
Not, dude. And you know what? It just made it worse, man, with RGB passing. Rest in peace. Just made it worse.
Yeah, no, everything. Yeah, so no, we're not going to touch that with a 20-foot pole. Anyway, I think you should watch this. Hopefully, you have HBO Max or a way to watch this on video on demand, or you have old Netflix that has DVDs. You could still get it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. Sure, you could get a Blu-ray or a DVD of it, and don't forget to enter our giveaway, so then you can have a free movie.
Yes. Yep. Well, I guess with that, Matt, that pretty much wraps it up. So, follow us on the socials, Instagram, Facebook. What's the other one I'm thinking about?
Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter.
The tweeters? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really do a whole lot on the Twitters. It's actually just mostly automated, but yeah, follow us. We could use it.
Yeah.
Or just share.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest. Share our posts. Get us more listeners. That would be sweet.
Yeah, that would be sweet. Like us on Apple Podcast, do things like that. That's good stuff.
Spotify.
Anyway.
A lot of people don't know we're on Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like us on Spotify. All the podcasting services are now number one, so it doesn't make any sense to me. They all claim they're number one. Have you heard this, Matt?
No, I have not.
Like, iHeartRadio claims they're number one for podcasts. So does Spotify. So,
well, good thing we're on both of them.
Yeah, I guess everyone's number one. Woo.
So does that mean we're number one multiple times?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I guess with all that, go out there and watch as many movies as you can. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Good Morning Magic 99.1. Wait! Don't tell me. It's Matt Hinshaw from the Real Film Nerds podcast.
Are you sure you didn't get caller ID?
Nope, it's just that time of the morning. You check in. How you doing, Maddie?
It's the ESPN, right?
It's the
you were talking
ESPN.
about it last week?
Yeah. I got a lot of that, Matt. How's it going?
I'm doing incredible. How are you, Lisa?
Oh my gosh, I think that's the first time you've ever said that.
No, it's the second time.
Oh,
the
the second
last time was when the movie theaters opened.
That's exactly right. I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk to you this morning. You're going to tell us all about the movie Paul that you rewatched over and over and over again since you own it.
Yeah, well, I haven't rewatched it like a ton, but enough. I mean, I like it. It's a fun movie. There's a reason why I bought it, know.
Absolutely. It sounds like fun. Tell us about it.
Paul is about two British gentlemen played by Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, the classic writer acting duo that have done such famous films as Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
Okay.
Traveled to the United States and are going on a tour of the different UFO hotspots. When leaving Area 51, they encounter an alien and have to figure out a way to get him home to his mothership.
That would be a dream come true for you, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would be so much fun, yeah. Especially if it was an alien that was voiced and played by Seth Rogen.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't imagine anything better.
And there's a lot of big names in this film before they were big. This was, in 2011, a lot of Saturday Night Live cast. There's Jane Lynch is in here, David Koechner, Jesse Plemons famously from Breaking Bad, Jason Bateman, Sigourney Weaver makes an appearance, Bill Hader. It has a large level of talented comedic actors in this one, and it's just a lot of fun, goofy, silly, slapsticky movie to watch.
Yeah, just a no-brainer to throw on when you just want to have a good time.
Exactly. When it's something to take you away from the craziness that's going on outside your front door. How's that?
Okay, I'll go with that. How many reels are you going to give it?
I've seen it a lot. I don't think it's aged particularly well. It is a 9-year-old movie, so. But, I mean, I still really enjoy it. I do own it. So yeah. I give it a 3.5 reels.
Okay, 3.5 reels. Very good. What's on tap for next week?
Next week is my co-host pick, and he picked a movie I know absolutely nothing about. It's on Amazon. It's called Get Duped. And it won the South by Southwest Film Festival in 2019. I believe it's a Scottish film. It takes place in the Scottish Highlands.
Okay.
And according to IMDb, it is an anarchic hip-hop inspired comedy that follows 4 city boys on a wilderness trek as they try to escape a mysterious huntsman.
Well, how bad could that be, right?
It looks funny, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, if you want to know what Rotten Tomatoes thinks, on their tomato meter, they gave it 86. The audience score was 63.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. The only problem I have with I guess not foreign films, because foreign films usually are subtitled, but British films and Irish films and all those is understanding the accents. I'm terrible with accents.
Right, and understanding the humor sometimes as well.
That too, yeah. The humor sometimes is completely different than ours, but oh well.
I can't wait to hear what you thought about it. And you told me that you have a giveaway this morning.
Yeah, well, it's another one. The movie studios keep liking us. Again, this is one I have not seen. It's based on a true story. It came out in July on streaming, I believe. It's called Most Wanted.
Okay.
It's about a Canadian journalist investigates the circumstances surprising the suspicious arrest of a heroin addict that is imprisoned in Thai jail. Stars Josh Hartnett and Antoine Oliver Pilon. So we'll see.
Okay, very good, Matt. Tell everybody what station they can catch you on a Monday morning.
The best radio station on the planet, Magic 99.1.
Checks in the mail, buddy.
Okay, good.